and this is fire. Hello, my very dear friends, in 2023, welcome back to my studio, Warsaw, Poland. My name is Paul. I've got a new fancy haircut and a lot of new plans for 2023. But you know what, I'm gonna tell you about them a bit, maybe in a separate video. And today I'm gonna do something I wanted still to do in 2022, but I didn't find enough time. Guys, once I had a discussion with a friend of mine that faceplant synthesizer sounds kind of weak. Actually, this friend made me buy this synth and I never use it because I think that its oscillators, its filters simply are somehow thin, digital. I never liked their sound, and that made me think about a broader test of some virtual analogs where I could compare the fatness, the general basic tone of a couple of virtual analog machines, guys. And that's what we're gonna do today. I took all my VST synths that can behave like virtual analogs. I created a similar patch to discover who's the fattest boy in town. Let's find out. So, what I did to perform this test is that I first took my faceplant and I created this. This is a simple saw with some basic unison with ladder-like 24 dB per octave slope filter and with an LFO to control this filter and this patch, and the whole sequence sounds like this. What I did next is I took 11 other synthesizers and I created the same corresponding patch. Please welcome to our set: Retrolog, Massive Axe, Omnisphere, Diva, Vital, Falcon, Poly6, Lush 101, Serum, VPS Avenger, and Pigments. And what you need to know, guys, is that they are sounding really different. Though the oscillator design, the filter design, the LFO and the modulation matrix designs then can be the same on paper, but they are not in practice and they can sound radically different. So please keep that in mind. This is not a strict scientific test. I try to create a similar patch, but I'm gonna listen to all of them, just looking for the general fatness and my general feeling of the synth. I'm not gonna measure anything. I'm gonna treat it all by ear to hear what's most convincing, what's the fattest, what's the richest, and what's the best sounding one, simply. And what I did, guys, is that I rendered everything like a month ago or better, and I tossed it around on the timeline, so I don't remember which one is which. I'm serious. I have no idea what's here. And as there are 12 of them, guys, I'm gonna make 6 pairs to choose from. It's like a knockout tournament. Then we're gonna have 6, and again, we're gonna choose the best from each pair, and then we're gonna have 3 finalists, and we're gonna choose the winner from all of them, so that I finally know if faceplant is really so bad and thin, or maybe not. And, well, is Diva, for example, still the king? Because this is also a question for me. Does Diva stand out in quality, for example? And guys, let's welcome our first pair and listen to it. Okay, guys, I would say that the winner here is number 1. It's richer, simply. It sounds somehow better for me, though number 2 is not bad at all. Let's say it's a loser for now. The loser is gonna be like this, maybe. That's it. I like the roundness of the first one. The filter works different, but generally there's more kind of low end in it, and the tone is more consistent and I would say overwhelming somehow, but in a good way. Pair number 2. I'm not sure about both of them. Maybe number 1 is a bit better. Number 2 behaves kind of artificial, and I don't mean the filter work itself, but I mean the oscillators. Like, both oscillators and unison are not too convincing, I would say. If I had to choose one, I would choose this one. It's more consistent, and I like the second part of this sequence. The harmony of it and all the overtones or all the harmonics like created something really, really musical here, which I cannot fully say about this one, and this one is a loser in this pair. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, the filter works differently with both of them. The one is closing fully, the second one is not closing fully, but yeah, this is what I was struggling in general to get this right in every of my patches. I tend to choose number 2 here, but let's listen here. Yeah, number 2, I would say, is a bit more snappy. I'm not sure if it's fully analog. There's a hint of something very digital in this, I would even say. But it sounds nicer for me, simply, and remember, this is not scientific, guys. I'm actually hunting for faceplant as the worst one. Probably won't happen. Next pair. Well, I'm not sure there's gonna be a hard pick. I have to tell you that number 2 is unconvincing for me for some reason. Number 1 is not like my favorite one, but I make a bet that this is a virtual analog recreation. That might be probably not retrolog, but my guess is that it could be my chord VST, this one. Monopoly? Poly6? I don't remember which one I used actually. But yes, that would be my bet on track 12. Let's hear the next pair. Both are very nice. I would still tend to choose number 1. I adjusted the volume 1 decibel. I made the first one more quiet because it was more upfront. Maybe let's listen again to the second part. I'm not gonna even listen to it fully because I don't like it totally. It's digital, it's artificial. The first one is way more convincing and good sounding. My guess would be that this might be even not faceplant, but my guess would be that this, I'm gonna write it down, you know. Track 15 would be Massive X. I really don't remember what it is, but I remember that I hated Massive X as virtual analog. It was tragic. It was very bad. We'll see how wrong I am. The last pair, my friends. Well, there's also a close pick. I don't know what it is, but it's probably my favorite for now. Seriously. While this one, not too bad, but I would even say that this is VPS Avenger, because VPS Avenger is an amazing synth. I mean, it's crazy, but it doesn't always work on simple analog like patches. If you ask me, it's not a good virtual analog for me. I know it already after using it for like 2 months. That's my guess for this patch, which doesn't mean that this is not a good synth, my friends. I've got my winners here, and the second round of our knockout competition begins. very confusing, I would say this is the winner. What is it? I'm not daring to say what this is. Next pair. This one is shaking the floor, and it's very mild in the tops. And you know what sounds like this? This, number 9, this is my guess. This is Omnisphere. I know this synth quite well, and I know the character, the analog character of Omnisphere is actually quite dark, and the bottom end, as it is there, it's absolutely floor shaking. Second part. I mean, it's not that open in the tone, but I can still work on that probably inside the synth, and I can use some additional tweaks to make it sound more open and bright. And the general fullness and making me convinced that it's cool and analog, this is my choice. Let's go to the next pair. Okay, this one. I don't know what it is, but it's surely not faceplant. Let me guess. Guys, yes, I'm totally into this. I think that this one and number 1, these are my favorites in this amazing set of sounds, while these were not bad at all. So we've got 3 of our finalists, and this is our grande finale. Let's listen. For now, I moved it up because this is my favorite one. This would be my second one, and this one would be place number 3. Let's listen. I actually realized I made a mistake. Track number 8 would be Omnisphere as for me, not track number 9, guys. And this is a hard pick. You know what? Number 1 is too aggressive, it's too sizzling. I don't mean that the filter is too open, but there's something too fizzy in its quality, I would say. The second one, probably as a machine, as a synth, is more balanced, and I'm gonna make a guess that this is Diva. I'm not gonna make any more guesses because I frankly have got no idea what's what here. And now, as we've got our, let's say, ranking, now we're gonna reveal them to you, my friends. Okay, so to reveal it without spoiling the whole thing, I decided to use my second timeline empty, and I'm gonna scroll up. So we're gonna see only one synth at a time. And the last one in the group of the last ones is VPS Avenger, my friends. And yes, I knew it's not a good machine for simple virtual analog sounds. The next one, which lost the first round, is Massive X. I hate Massive X as a virtual analog. Here's why. Another one is Lush 101. I don't use it too often, and I never really liked it, like it never was a wow for me. It's cool because it's very versatile and it's got very deep and large architecture, this machine. But okay, I'm fine with this result. The next one is Serum. Yes, Serum is also kind of digital and not the best for virtual analog, if you ask me. And I'm not surprised to see it here. What I'm surprised to see is that faceplant is still not here. And then, and this is fire. Guys, Diva has lost in the very first round, which means probably that I'm a really bad patch designer for virtual analog sounds, because, well, what should I say? Also, it's a miss. I thought number 6 is Diva. Diva is not number 6. Diva lost the first round, actually. Don't ask me why. It's just like that, which doesn't mean that this is a bad synth, my friends. Don't go into that direction. Next one is Poly 6. I'm also not very surprised to see it here because I never liked Poly 6 and Mono Poly for virtual analog. I do have them for years now, but they were never my favorites. Also, they have stability issues under Nuendo and my Windows 10 sometimes. And now come places 4, 5, 6, so the losers of round 2. And the first one is Falcon. Okay, fair enough. Then comes Retrolog. I actually expected this one to be in the very last group, places 7 to 12, but okay, also fair enough. It's not my favorite by any means. And then there is Faceplant, my friends. I'm surprised to see it here also, not in the last group, because I really always thought that it's a bad one. It sounds thin, I don't like its oscillators, filters, and I cannot make it sound good. And you know what? Seeing this, I have an idea why I perceived Faceplant like this. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. And now we've got the winners. Place number 3 is Omnisphere, my friends! Was I right? Yes, that's the one. I guessed right, but it's so really characteristic. Omnisphere in the top end and both low end department is really hard to miss. And, well, okay, I just shot one more, so I've got 2 left. I don't even... Oh, I know. There's Pigments somewhere. And the one I don't really know Then comes Pigments number 2. Wow! I also did not expect Pigments here, okay? It's a cool machine. It was a very close pick between this and the first place. And wow, that means that Pigments is a really good virtual analog, kind of sizzling at the top, which is also kind of surprising. I always thought that Pigments is kind of a smooth, very gentle sounding machine, not that aggressive. I was wrong. And that means that number 1 is Vital. And I don't know what to tell you. I forgot about this. It was so insignificant for me, but that I didn't even think about it. Am I ready to sum the things up? No, I'm not, but I will try anyway. What all that, guys, means? Does it mean anything? Well, that surely means that the synth designs are different. It's really not so easy to make them sound similar on some patches and some filter work and some sequences and stuff. I really tried my best and I still got some differences in tone. And guys, there are lots of synths that can sound like virtual analogs and can be convincing at that's for sure. Also, probably I'm not the greatest guy to program virtual analogs, maybe, I don't know, because this is what I'm starting to think about when I'm revealing the tests results to myself. And guys, the main thing is for me, the main lesson is that you can make every synth that's out there sound great. It's just your skills, just your imagination, and the music you're creating and the context you're creating, because remember, we listen to all of this separately. We would have to check how it all behaves as a part of a track, ready-made track, guys. And as for faceplant, guys, I start thinking that the flow of this synth are presets. They are not stellar, they don't sound good because they are kind of very mediocre ones. And that's what I'm starting to think and waving out there to kilohertz sound designers. Hey guys, squeeze this synth more, it's gonna help maybe this machine. And that's it for today, guys. I have to tell you, I've learned a lot. And it was tons of fun, and I hope it was tons of fun and some kind of a lesson also for you, though remember, don't kill me in the comments, please. It was not supposed to be scientific. It was just pure fun. I'm not excluding anybody. I'm not banning any synth maker. I'm not encouraging you to buy or sell any of your synths, because probably they all really can sound great, and this is the main thing. Thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye.